Yes Have Some podcast is brought to you by Carnivorous Creations, your one-stop shop for all of your Proton Pack building needs. If you're in the market for a Proton Pack, head to carnivorouscreations.com. That's carnivorous with a K. You're going to find aluminum motherboards, resin parts, fiberglass shells, and a whole lot more. Find them on Facebook at Carnivorous Creations or head straight to carnivorouscreations.com, remember carnivorous with a K, and get started on an authentic, screen-accurate Proton Pack.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
Do I?
Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
We got one!
It's time for another episode of Yes Have Some podcast.
Look at, I'm in really bad shape. Come on, please, please.
Your weekly pop culture therapy session.
Give me. I need.
Subscribe on iTunes by searching for Yes Have Some in the iTunes store or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/YesHaveSomeCast.
Sick vandalism. That is a deliberate mutilation of a public service message.
And now, hold on to your butts and get ready to get stressed with your hosts, Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh.
We're mutants. There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Let's do the thing where this podcast starts and people are already talking. Like,
Yeah.
We didn't even know it started.
Like we're stormtroopers,
Yeah.
just having a conversation. What do you guys think of this new...
Chris and Troy do that a lot,
Yeah,
where
they do.
they're just in the middle of a conversation.
They're just in the middle of a conversation. They hit record.
Yeah.
Don't tell each other.
Guess what,
We're
guys?
slick.
We just
What?
did the
What's
same
up?
thing.
The magic of podcasting.
I've been recording.
Mid-convo. Whole thing? We're in it?
We're at the end of the podcast.
Oh, okay. So this is when we get loose.
This is
I
where
say
we
really
get-
offensive things.
Yeah, let's start.
Cool.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 63.
Good evening.
Good evening of Yes Have Some
Hello.
podcast. What was
We're
that?
doing that? The in Soviet Russia.
Oh, from Glow.
I'm sorry, guys.
Hey, the Russians.
Guess what? Glow is good.
Glow is still good.
It's still good.
Hi, everybody. Welcome
guys.
to Yes Have Some
What's up,
podcast.
Jake?
Hi, Jake.
How's it going?
What's up, man?
Not too much, man. Just hanging out.
Oh, cool. We're also pretending like we haven't been talking for a half
Yeah.
hour.
We haven't been going test.
But I don't think I asked you once in that half hour how you were doing, so this is a real conversation. How are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing fairly well. How are you?
Good. We're good. I think I'm good. Abigail.
I think I'm good. It's good. It's good to be good.
So here, I teased before we started recording that I was going to call Abby out on something, and she's stressed because she doesn't know what it was.
Yeah, guys.
So Abby and I were talking earlier, and I had noticed that we have a VCR in the other room, the toy room, and I noticed that there was some tapes out because you'll watch movies in there. From
Yeah, I
time
did
to
my
time.
nails.
Yeah.
I watched some tapes.
Let's watch some tapes. And so we were outside talking, and we're talking about Ghostbusters because the 1 year anniversary of Answer the Call is basically now. We're going to talk about that more next week. But Abby goes,
Yeah, check you're on this day, guys.
yeah, check you're on this day.
You haven't been tagged already.
Abby was like, oh yeah, I wanted to go back and watch the first Ghostbusters, so I watched the remastered edition today. And I started thinking to myself, what is that?
What is it?
Well, you were just watching the VHS
Yeah.
of Ghostbusters.
But it was like wasn't it from the top? Well, because it had like a Stuart Little package in the beginning, so it's from like,
It's
whatever,
from like
90-something.
99.
Yeah.
But I just like that you were like, yeah, well, it was the remastered version.
Well, it was better quality than the ones that I normally watch on VHS, which is like all scratchy and like faded and shitty. So I was like, wow, this one pops.
So,
and it's
we live
got
in a house-
nicer color saturation.
We live in a household.
And it also had like cartoons, like it had like an Extreme Ghostbusters cartoon and like a Men in Black cartoon reference. And also there was a Godzilla cartoon that I didn't even know existed until I watched.
Jake likes that cartoon.
Yeah, dude, I like the whole look of it.
Jake, you watched that.
Is it the 98
has to
Godzilla
be,
cartoon?
Yeah, it's the animated series.
Yeah, it was good. It was better than the movie.
But I
It was
just
very-
love that we're in a household that has Ghostbusters on VHS, Laserdisc, video disc, DVD, and Blu-ray.
Yes.
And you were watching the VHS, and you said, yeah, I was watching the remastered edition.
That's what I call it. It was good.
No, it was good. How was it?
Great.
You've seen it before?
I've seen it before. I don't know what viewing this was. I didn't watch the entire thing. I had to do a couple coats on my nails because that's what I do now because I'm a lady. And I
Now
on the
you're a lady.
Now I'm a lady. Now that I watch Glow, but I have been doing my nails, and
Cool.
I enjoyed watching Ghostbusters. So
Cool. So that was from the time in 1999 when they it was like the 25th anniversary of Ghostbusters, and they re-released it. But you guys remember where it was still the time where the movie would get re-released, but you had to go to the store and choose if you were going to get the VHS or the DVD. Right. It would be both.
Yeah, it was a big decision.
I miss those days. But the DVD that came out, that's the one that has the commentary that they've been using for like 20 years.
Forever.
That's same.
Yeah.
Right.
Same one.
I think they should, I don't know, maybe redo the commentary for Ghostbusters. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think they should, and they should just only let Bill Murray do it. That way he doesn't, he won't like hold anything back. He won't feel bad about like shit talking anything. Just let Bill Murray have fun with it.
Yeah. Let him have a couple
He won't
drinks.
do it, but that's what I want to hear.
Right.
No, he's not going to. Well, it would just be Dan Aykroyd and Ivan Reitman arguing about the future of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That's my stress today is about the future of Ghostbusters, but I'm going to save it.
Okay.
I'm going to save it.
Yeah,
I like talking about
save it.
Ghostbusters. That's why we started this whole thing.
That's good.
Cool. So catching up, we've
1 year later.
1 year. We haven't talked in a couple days. Abby, I asked Jake how he is. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on with you?
I am in love with a movie, and I'm going to talk about it in my stress. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think I know
I'm in
what
a
movie
very
it is.
serious relationship.
It's Men in Black.
It's physical. No, it's not Men in Black. No.
You're in a physical relationship with a movie?
No, yeah, like it's. I feel like very intense about this movie.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Now, there was that documentary that came out a couple years ago about people who fell in love with inanimate objects.
Yes.
Jake, have you seen
The
that?
woman who fell in love with the
I
Eiffel
have, yeah.
Tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What'd you guys think of that?
It was hot. I
It was
liked
good.
it.
I want to get those guys on the show.
I'm into it. It's cool.
It must be hard for, like, if the guy's like, you're just doing a podcast and, like,
Objectum sexuals, I
Yeah.
think they're called. Yeah.
all of a sudden the guy's having an intimate relationship with the microphone.
Hey, let me get my snowball back, though.
No, that's good. Hey, love, whatever makes you happy,
Love
right?
the one you're with, yes.
That's a song. Well, cool. So, God, we got a lot going on. So Spider-Man's a thing.
Whoa.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Why don't we do
definitely
this?
Is.
We saw some movies. Spider-Man Homecoming's out. Why don't we talk about that?
Power Rangers.
We talk about Power Rangers too.
We did see that this week.
Let's talk about that stuff, and then we'll move on to our stress a little bit later. What do you guys think of that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Do you think the audience is okay with that?
Hey, guys, what do you think? Send us an email.
No, don't. What if it was
We'll
like
wait.
a choose your own, like, if you would like them to do their stress now, press 1.
For stress now. Yeah.
Guys, you know some of these people who listen to it. Somebody just pressed 1, like,
Yeah.
on their CD changer in their car. No, we love our listeners. By the way, real quick, yes, have some group therapy on Facebook. So much fun.
Blowing up.
Dude.
Yeah.
Fast growing. Yeah, thanks for joining up, everybody. I love that rush of, like, getting people who ask to join the group and I get to approve them. I'm like, yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Have we
Sure.
denied anybody yet?
I haven't.
I don't think.
I don't
know.
look. I just click approve all.
Prove all.
Oh, yeah.
So there's been some really. What I'm really happy about the group therapy page is there's not. It's not just like Ghostbusters talk. People are covering like basically people any subject that we broach on the show becomes like free reign. So there's a lot of horror movie talk, a lot of Stephen King, a lot of Ghostbusters, a lot of Jurassic World,
Obvious TV movie.
TV,
Toy talk.
a lot of toy talk. People needed a place to vent about toys. I guess we do have some housekeeping notes before we get to Spider-Man. So, NECA, Ninja Turtles, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Got my shipping notice today.
Nice.
Hey.
So they're shipping them out early, so we'll be talking about that when I might fall in love with an inanimate object.
Yeah. That case.
Just the case. I don't even look at the figures. Like, I'm
There's
in
a lot
love
of
with the
little
case.
slots in there. So. Whoa, it's for your accessories.
Cool. So, this is what I wanted to bring up. So, you guys know they're making another Conjuring movie?
I did not know
Oh,
that.
great.
They're making a third
Jake's
Conjuring.
excited. I hear it.
Cool.
All right. So, that's what I wanted to talk
So
about.
we're going.
No. Did you guys know that the person writing this news kind of flew under the radar? I don't know how. The guy who's doing the third Conjuring movie has also been commissioned, I guess, by New Line to do a new Nightmare on Elm Street reboot.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I saw that news the other day, and I thought it was one of those things where like an old news story like pops up on your feed, and I was gonna click on it, and it was gonna say like February 2014.
Right.
But no, Bloody Disgusting was talking about it. So basically what happened was there was a fake plot that leaked, and it was posted on IMDb, because, on IMDb, anybody can go in and edit it. So the plot that leaked wasn't real, and it had something to do with, like, Freddy's long-lost son being able to go into the dream world. It was something stupid.
Boy.
But this guy,
We're supposed to expect that he had a relationship and, like,
let's talk.
sustained a child.
Freddie had a kid.
Yeah. Well, it was that jacket in New Nightmare, right?
Yeah.
It looked good.
It was, Freddie had a child.
Uh-huh.
And, they played baseball. He taught him how to play catch.
Oh, he's got that glove. It's good.
I like another glove more. Anyways.
Okay, so.
So, yeah, there's a new... I wanted to know what you guys thought about that. Another, like, the last Nightmare on Elm Street reboot sucked. And how do you guys feel about them trying it again?
Oh, boy. I don't know, man. I would be open to the idea at some point, but it's not like how do you get someone to play Freddy? It's like it's always going to be compared to Robert Englund, and I don't think you're ever going to find anybody as good as Robert Englund.
Yeah.
It's not like Jason or Michael Myers, where it doesn't really matter who the actor is. It's just somebody, behind a mask. It's like it's completely different. And on top of that, the guy who's writing The Conjuring is writing it. I have no faith in it at all.
Okay.
So I'm not saying like it can't be done. I would be into another Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's just one of those things where it seems like a long shot. A lot of things would have to go right.
Yeah, I think there's enough, like... Here's the thing. Nightmare on Elm Street is one of those series where, like, they've established kind of like a folklore. Like, obviously, Freddy Krueger's at the center of that, but maybe you could expand that universe with like, Freddy Krueger being a central character, but maybe not necessary to the plot. I don't know.
He's got minions?
I don't know, something outside the box. Like Jake said, it's not that it can't be done, but if you're talking about recasting Freddy Krueger, I think that's a tough sell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same. You know, unless they just want to, like, just get Robert Englund to do it again. He would do it.
He's still alive.
I feel like
I just looked it up. He's still doing stuff, so yeah, I'd do it.
I mean, he recently put the makeup on at like a convention, and when you got that kind of makeup on, it doesn't matter if you've aged a little. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
he could still do it.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Yeah, get him back and then have him killed off in the end like Han Solo by whatever the bigger bad is that's being introduced for the series. Like, if you're going to pass the torch, have the original for the, at least, cast, as Freddy.
That's
I feel
interesting.
Like that would be... That's something I'd buy. I'd buy it.
Like, maybe up the ante a little bit. Mm-hmm. I mean, James Earl Jones looked great in Rogue One, so it could be done. Did you guys see that?
Hey, he's coming back and playing Mufasa.
Yeah.
That live-action Lion King?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there trouble casting on that?
No.
Did I read something about that?
That was Aladdin.
Oh, Aladdin's having some difficulty, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a whole new world, so it's difficult.
They're casting the live-action Aladdin movie that Guy Ritchie's directing, and they're having trouble finding someone to play Aladdin. Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
whatever. Yeah. Jumanji.
Yeah. I'll go see Jumanji instead. This guy I work with could do it, but he's Italian.
Okay.
I told him that.
Like,
I walked up to him and was like, hey,
Is he like very handsome and
just
ethnic
let him
looking?
know?
So you're just like,
yeah.
Hey, you look like a good street
that's
rat.
all you're.
I was like, I racially profile people, but in like a positive way. I walk up to people, I'm like, hey, you know what, man? You could play Aladdin.
You could play a prince. You're a real Disney prince.
Yeah, you look like you're from Arabian Nights. He's like, I'm Italian. I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I knew you were something.
Whoa. Is that...
It's my friend John. We
Starting.
talk about this stuff all the
He's good.
time.
John
He's
likes
fine.
it.
John's fine. If he listens to this, he'll be happy I talked about him. Someone has to. Kind of
I-
flies under the radar at work. So yeah, so Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm open. Like, I continue the series. Like, but I was looking up. So this guy who wrote The Conjuring, David Leslie Johnson, he wrote The Last Conjuring, and then he wrote Wrath of the Titans. So
Oh boy.
yeah. So, Abby, what were you talking about last night?
Yeah, in other nightmare news, I'm excited. The artist Stephen Holiday, the guy that did the Georgie print that I have from It, he's doing a nightmare themed drawing that he's putting out in I think a week. It's on his Instagram. If you go to Stephen LaRose Holiday,
yeah, he teased it. It's like Nancy, right?
It's Nancy, and she looks super hot and full lipped, and I like the color scheme, and so definitely check that out. I saw that last night.
Well, that Stephen King print looks really good.
Yeah.
Like it's we talked about it.
It's like a mixed medium. Yeah, it's really good. I like
it. Looks better in person than it does when you first see it on the internet.
Yeah. It's very cool. So definitely excited about that.
Yeah.
More excited than I am, I think, about whatever this upcoming movie is going to be.
What movie?
Nightmare on Elm
Street?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, yeah, that's
exactly.
What we're talking about. I never saw Wrath of the Titans, so who knows?
No, I missed it.
Missed that one. But anyways.
Pass.
So, cool. So, Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe that's happening. Halloween's coming up. Friday the 13th's not happening. We've covered all this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a curse.
Horror movies will always continue in some form or fashion. I saw there's another Texas Chainsaw coming out soon, so what are you going to do?
They just keep
There
coming
is,
back.
and it's like a prequel.
They've done
He's
that.
like a kid in it.
Oh, he's a child.
Yeah,
No,
we
he
talked
is.
about
He
that.
literally is a child. Like, the plot of the movie is that it's like 4 boys who like break out of like juvie or something like that, and they're trying to make it where you don't know which of the 4 boys throughout the movie is going to end up being Leatherface.
Okay.
But that it just sounds stupid. It sounds so stupid.
Is it like a coming of age tale? It's like Stand By Me. Like, any of you guys want to see a dead body? All 4 of them are like, definitely.
Dude, I'm literally reading that right now.
I would love to see that. In fact, I would. When we find it, maybe I'll peel some of the skin off, wear it on my face.
A cute little outfit.
So make it cute.
Oh, that's cute.
Hey,
I have to see the originals.
Since we're talking about horror movies really quick, I had this as a little bit of my stress, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop it since we're talking about it.
Please
so
do.
you guys know that there's a new trailer for the new Chucky movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is called Cult of Chucky.
Cult of Chucky.
Okay.
And the trailer looks fine. It looks a little crazy. It's a direct follow up to the last movie, which I liked. But because this movie's coming out, like some older stuff about just like some trivia and things that haven't really been very public about some of the older movies has been in the news recently. And there are 2 things in particular that I wanted to bring up. So a while back, I guess, I don't know where this was sold or whatever, but somebody has like 10 or 11 alternate concept posters for Child's Play 3.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, they were just like, they were just alternates that weren't actually used. And all of them are just like, they're pretty obvious. You can tell that they're just copies of the same thing, basically.
Uh-huh.
But a few of them are just like, they're kind of like jokes. Like there's one that says "Look who's stalking," and it looks like the "Look who's talking."
Yeah, with the sunglasses, I like
stuff like that. But then there's a lot of them that are military themed because that third movie took
go to
place like on a
military
military base.
Yeah.
But
Whoa.
there is one that I need to have the story to, because it has nothing to do with the movie, and I wonder if maybe at some point this poster, maybe the movie was completely different at some point.
Okay.
But it.
Jake can't even get it out.
It sounds
I'm
pretty
looking
good.
at it. I'm looking at it right now. So it says at the top, it says "Surf's Up, Dude," and then it has a picture of Chucky wearing like a bathing suit and holding a surfboard.
Oh my god!
And he's wearing flip flops, and then it just says "Child's Play 3 coming this fall."
Surf's up, Big Kahuna.
like, what was that movie?
So
I want it.
I feel like that was.
I like it.
What year did Child's Play 3 come out? Let's look. That up.
It is 80, 89,
91,
something like that. 91. Okay.
So if we're looking at the landscape of cinema in 91, there's a little movie, and Jake, I don't know if you've ever seen it because I think we've talked about it. It's called Point Break.
No, highly influential.
I like to think that they hired some guy to do the Child's Play poster. He knew nothing about the plot. He's sitting there just watching Point Break with Keanu Reeves.
Yes, he's
Patrick...
like, I'm going to learn to surf or break my neck.
Yeah. And then he's like, I got the Child's Play poster idea. I know what it's going to... I'm going to really knock him out.
God waxes a surfboard. Wait, has Jake seen Point Break? I feel like we're just doing
No,
we're doing
I
our own
haven't.
solo Point Break.
It's okay.
I've never seen it. No.
That's so funny. I love the idea because Chucky's funny looking. You can put him in all sorts of different...
Yeah. That's the fun of a dress-up doll. You get to put them in whatever you want. But
Yeah.
I like the surfing thing in particular.
Yeah. Did they do one where he's like in an astronaut uniform?
No, like, dude, honestly,
He can do
all
whatever.
the
He's
rest,
like Barbie. He gets to do whatever he wants.
There's the Look Who's Talking one, and then there's a couple. There's one that's kind of like it's like him writing on a chalkboard. I will not kill again. I will not kill. You know, almost
like the
like
Simpsons?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Bart
the Simpsons thing.
Simpson, yeah.
But besides that, the rest of them are
Yes.
all like.
Oh,
there's a couple.
he's like-
There's a couple of him wearing like military gear.
Dude, we found the poster. He looks like flirtatious. Like his positioning of his hips and like his
He's
hand
got
on
his hand on his hip.
He's like
Yeah.
He's like a little lady.
It's amazing.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's the weirdest one. I have.
Dude.
There's just no story behind it, and
I like it.
want to see that movie.
I want to wear that costume.
The one where he's wearing
I want that tattooed on my person. I really like that. It's cute.
The one where he's wearing the military beret with his hair, the way it's coming out, he looks like Sam Kinison.
Yes. Dude, yes. Yes.
So, and it almost looks like that's on purpose. So,
There's a chance.
listen, we all collect alternate art posters. I'm into these Chucky posters. In
Yeah.
fact, if anybody has ideas or wants to draw up or like, maybe we should have a contest.
Yeah.
Like, who can come
Yeah.
up with the best
Yes.
alternate Child's
Chucky.
Play?
Yeah.
cult of
Dude, that
Chucky
would be
posters?
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea. I like it.
We
Doing
could
it.
do like because it was 91. I'm surprised there's not like a Terminator 2 Chucky poster where he's like on the
dude,
bike.
that would probably actually be amazing.
Yeah.
He's like, this summer I'll be back to kill your family.
Right. To kill your girlfriend.
That would have been perfect.
What I love about these Chucky movies is it's the same voice. It's basically the same plot. They haven't so obviously Bride of Chucky, they kind of went, a little bit more campy, but
Bride and
it's a
Seed
curse. It
Bride
never
and Seed
ends.
for
Yeah.
sure are kind of insane.
they didn't go to space. There's no
Nope.
Chucky in the hood.
Okay.
By the way, real quick, did anybody read? Okay, I'm going to call out some groups.
Okay.
There's all these Ghostbusters fan groups on Facebook. Do you guys ever go to these? They're chock full of interesting people. I don't want to say which one.
I've seen them. I know what you're talking about.
So there's a lot of people who go to these groups and give their ideas for like Ghostbusters 3.
Yeah.
The old how's that for a third?
Mm-hmm.
And so somebody, and it's like you can usually tell if people are trolling by just going to their profile and kind of seeing what they're all about.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody in dead serious fashion posted like their idea for Ghostbusters in the Hood.
Oh.
Ooh boy.
That's
And it was like, and they laid out their whole plot, and it was like so dumb and so like blatantly like racist.
Yeah,
and
unfollow
like,
leave group.
so anyways, I sent him an email. I'm trying to get him on the podcast.
Trying to get his interview. Because we just want to pick his brain.
I
We
just
like
figure
it.
we can get some traction.
Well, first of all, it's very original. It's very fresh.
Go
and
score.
everyone can write a screenplay, so go for it, buddy.
Yeah,
everyone should be able to submit their own idea for Ghostbusters.
The best is on Reddit. Someone's like, I just wish they would run their ideas past me so I could tell them what I think. Like, okay, dude. How are you going to be able to do that in between your shifts at Burger King? Ooh, God.
Hey,
I
who's the king now?
I have to apologize.
Welcome to the OC, bitch.
I have to apologize.
First of all,
If any of our listeners
I've been
work-
watching the OC a lot, and I should apologize for that.
There you go. Secondly,
Yes.
if any of our listeners work at Burger King, I am so sorry.
I'm sorry I said the B word.
Burger?
Yeah, burger.
Like I care. You guys, it's all good fun. Jake,
good.
are you still with
Yeah.
us?
Did
I'm
you
here.
leave?
I devolved
definitely-
there. All right,
okay.
I devolved. We went from Child's Play to insulting people who work fast food jobs. We've
Yeah.
all worked them.
Yeah, I got fired from a Chick-fil-A.
There you go.
We talked about that. It's healthy.
Jake, you ever been fired?
Kind of.
Okay.
Technically, yeah.
I think-
Painful memories. Let's talk about it. Yes, have some couch.
Yeah. Jake, no, you told that story on the podcast where you left your job and you did a Costanza. You went back a couple weeks later and just started working again.
Yeah, I just came back.
Right.
Cool. Yeah. I like that. I like your style. All right. So, where were we? Spider-Man. That's a movie. Yeah. We all saw it. Spider-Man Homecoming. It's in theaters. Big box office.
Yeah.
Guys.
It's filmed across the street from Yes Have Some headquarters.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. They finally put out a good one.
Finally.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
No, it was amazing. What were you guys' feelings going into it? What are your feelings coming out of it? Jake?
Yeah, no, I was excited to see Spider-Man. I've always liked, with the exception of, the first two Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies I really liked, especially the second one with Dr. Octopus. The third one was weird. Oh, yeah. The two Amazing Spider-Man movies were two of the worst superhero movies ever put out. They're so bad. I was excited though because I like Spider-Man and it was good, and I think it was one of the best of the MCU films so far. I'd probably put it in the top 5 or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I'd say I probably went into this knowing less. I saw the first, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, the first and the second one in theaters. I never saw the third. And from what I've heard, like you just said, Jake, it was kind of not so
Spider-Man
great.
3 is
it was a mess.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch it, it's Batman and Robin level bad.
I need to see it, actually, because that sounds kind of good, and I kind of like Batman and Robin for that reason. But yes, I completely passed on the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies. Totally unfamiliar with those. I thought he was way too good looking to be Spider-Man.
Awful.
Yeah,
he's the worst Spider-Man so far.
Yeah, he's handsome and stuff, and I don't buy that. So never saw those. And going into this, I'd seen the trailer, obviously, in theaters several times, and was excited. I thought Tom Holland looked really good in Civil War.
Yeah, so he was great in Civil War.
He was great, and I liked the little tiny bit of origin story or backstory on him that we got in that movie. So going into this one, I was excited to see him on screen, and I have, like I said, I saw the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, which is, I saw that in theaters, so I have a fun, I was in high school when I saw it, so I have fun summer memories of going to see Spider-Man. And we went to see this with our buddy Zach, and it was a 11 o'clock showing on a school night, and
cool.
it was very cool, and it was in 3D IMAX, and it was a total blast. It was a really fun roller coaster ride, and it was a Marvel movie that had a super strong villain, which is very cool, and it had very cool female characters that I liked, and it was funny, and it was well written, and shout out to fucking Freaks and Geeks alumni, what's his name, Sam Weir.
John Francis Daly.
Yeah, for writing that, because it's a very funny movie, and I really had a good time. So I would put it probably after Guardians Volume 1, Volume 2, I would slide this in right there in third place after those, because I enjoyed it, and I would like to see it a second time in theaters, and I definitely want to buy it and see it multiple times again once I own it. So
Michael Keaton was awesome in this movie.
Yeah.
He was scary.
He was so good. It was good to have a villain that's you buy into their motives.
Yeah, because he's like Robin Hood almost. He's doing it for good reasons, to support his family, which is fucking cool.
Yeah, yeah, and then also the ending with him in the post credit scene of him in jail. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's cool that it's a villain that doesn't just die in the end.
Yep.
You know, he doesn't get killed. He gets caught in the way Spider-Man catches people, leaves him for the cops to come get him.
Right.
But when he's in jail in the end and the guy's hey, I heard you know who Spider-Man is, and he says no.
Yep.
That I thought was really cool, because it's not because it almost feels like he's not doing that. It almost feels like he's doing that because he's you know what? That dude saved my daughter.
Yes, exactly.
It's almost kind of like a redemption kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know how it's meant to be played. I don't know how it's meant to be written. If it's I just don't want to tell them who Spider-Man is, or if he's just no, man, that kid was right.
Yeah, either way, at least they saved him. They didn't kill him off. We could see him again because he was great on screen.
Well, they're obviously setting up that guy had the scorpion tattoo, so he's obviously the Scorpion. So
right,
they're probably going to try to set up the Sinister Six or whatever. But But still, yeah, it was cool. It was a good ending.
So you mean Marvel's gonna like slow roll and develop the Sinister Six, not just make it and expect us to care at all?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, if you just do like a bunch of good introductions and change the song every 2 seconds, then it'll be just as good.
Man, fuck Suicide Squad. Spider-Man was so good, dude. So
yes.
Tom Holland is amazing. I totally buy into that kid. Like the fact that like the bully who's like a total dork.
Looks like Ed Sheeran. I love it.
He's like a DJ.
Yeah.
And he calls him Penis Parker the whole movie.
Penis Parker? Oh my
That's
God.
so funny. Mm-hmm. I want to call him Penis Parker now.
Yeah.
Tom Holland was great. Jon Favreau, Robert Downey Jr., you don't like, they're just good. Like Robert Downey Jr. has been playing Iron Man for 10 years.
Right.
Or 11 years or whatever. Like he is Iron Man. Like, so, but what I was happy about, I was kind of, the way they advertised the movie, I feel like, tell me if you guys agree with this, I feel like they were a little bit worried about Spider-Man fatigue because this is the third reboot. This is the third iteration of Spider-Man in, a pretty short amount of time.
Yeah.
So I think the way they promoted this movie, they kind of build it like Iron Man was the main co-star and it was going to be, because they know people go crazy for Iron Man, but he really wasn't in it that much.
No, there's even like a scene in the trailer of Iron Man and Spider-Man like kind of gliding through the air together that's not in the movie at all.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I thought he was in it enough, and I was glad that like Peter Parker was the one who kind of saved the day at the end without assistance.
Yeah, I like that there wasn't so much of him. I was listening to Kevin Smith on Fat Man and Batman talking about the Homecoming today, and he was pointing out that the way that like at the end of the movie, like the third act, it's like when you're saving what is more personal to you, like the ones that you love, rather than the entire world, like hanging in the balance, like having it be like people that are like that you care
It's a
about
more
deeply, your
personal
family.
story.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
like a smaller scale or whatever, like and that scope being smaller and more
If
intimate.
I saved you guys,
it's a high school type feel,
versus
right?
saving the world.
Yes.
Right.
I'd rather save the world because you get like a lot more attention.
Right, because I feel like some of those, like the Avengers movies or other Marvel movies, like it's just like, okay, so the whole world's spinning in the balance like every single time. So it felt a little bit fresher and smaller and more personal. Like, and
It was
I
more
like
personal,
that.
and what
It felt
also
like an accurate representation of high school too.
it really did. And what I liked about it, since it was more personal and smaller scale, like the events of like Civil War and the first Avengers movie are kind of like in the background, and this is kind of a like.
The open was so fucking smart.
The Vulture is a direct result of what happened at the Battle of New York. And you kind of see that in the Netflix shows for Marvel, which are also a little bit more personal. So, and they kind of build that up in the movie where Spider-Man, he wants to be an Avenger so bad, and at the end he's kind of given that opportunity, and he makes the decision to kind of, stay for now, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And that whole scene at the end with the press conference and Pepper Potts, all that was really well done. So just overall, a really good movie. But I got to keep going back. Michael Keaton was so awesome. That scene in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's the best scene in the movie.
It's so good. There's so many memes already. There's one meme going around where like he turns around.
Like the coming of awareness of like, I know who you are.
I know who you
right.
are. And there's one meme where he's like, he holds up a picture of him as Batman. And then it cuts to Tom Holland, and then it cuts back to him. He's like, also Tobey Maguire was better, or something like that.
That is not true, though.
No, I mean, Michael Keaton was like you said, really scary. And then Abbey says almost like a Robin Hood, like he's doing this for his family, and even though
altruistic or whatever,
he kind of goes crazy and like kills that one guy at one point.
But he also is like, oh, I thought that was just the stun gun.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't mean to kill him.
Right.
That scene's so good though with them in the car because like one thing that they've always been missing from the Spider-Man movies is the fact that Spider-Man is a kid.
Yep.
Like he is a kid, but like Tobey Maguire and the other dude, like
Andrew
they didn't
Garfield.
seem very like they looked like 30-year-olds.
Yep.
You know, because they were.
Right.
Right.
This is a kid. This is a kid who this kid is so young they couldn't even trust him with the entire Avengers script.
Right.
They're like, this is a kid. He talks too much. He's he's a fucking kid, the actual kid.
God, could you imagine if they gave us the Avengers script?
We just live stream reading it.
Yeah. And John Yerkemo would be animating it.
But that scene where they're in the car is so cool because it's the first time that it's like, oh, this is a grown, scary man, and he is threatening the life of a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's even scarier because, like, for once, Spider-Man is just like, he's just a kid.
Yep.
Right.
And that's how he's supposed to be.
Yep. And his he hasn't fully developed his Spidey sense yet, and he's really dependent on the suit, and he's very vulnerable in that moment. I did think Michael Keaton was going to turn around and go, I want you to tell all your friends about me.
Right.
God, I wish he would have.
I kept thinking he was going to ask if we wanted to get nuts. But no, when Spider-Man, when Peter Parker's like getting used to the suit, like I loved all that stuff where like he names it Karen and like all the back and forth like conversation and like the options with the webs and all that kind of stuff and like
when they hack the suit.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Jennifer Connelly did the voice of Karen.
Yeah, I heard that.
There you go.
That's very cool.
Couple other things. Marissa Tomei, Aunt May.
Dude.
Awesome.
So hot.
She's a
very cool.
She's a MILF? No, she's an aunt. An aunt.
Yeah. An aunt I'd like to hang out with, like in a very respectful way.
Like an aunt.
Like try her glasses
She's
on.
Such an
see if she let me borrow them.
She's so cute.
I bet her hair smells good.
She's great. Marissa Tomei's always been great. Mm-hmm. My Cousin Vinny. And then there's another thing going. Somebody posted today. Did you guys see that? It was George Costanza with Marissa Tomei and like inferring that he's Uncle Ben.
Yes. Oh my god.
So yeah, she's awesome. I think like just people were mad when she was originally cast in Civil War because they're like, no, Aunt May needs to be like an old hag. It's like, why?
Yeah,
like,
break
cares?
the fucking stereotype.
Yeah.
Like have a new trope, right? Exactly.
So
and that's cool. And also, like, if we're talking about the female characters, like the possibility of what's her name, Zendaya, that actress being Mary Jane because she references like that her friends call her MJ, which like I'm not sure how much we all buy into that theory. Like I don't know enough Spider-Man lore to like read into things, but I liked her character a lot in the movie. I thought she was really funny and interesting, and I thought it was cool that she's like an artist, she's kind of an asshole. Yeah, like I liked all that stuff.
I like that a lot. And then Donald Glover, he wasn't in it very much, but he's great in everything he does. And then his character, Aaron Davis, like he was the guy trying to buy the arms, and he references his nephew living in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's Miles Morales.
Right.
I think it'd be really smart to just bring, like, eventually, do you know what that build-up's going to be to bring in, like, another younger Spider-Man? Like, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, good. Yeah. Hey, I think between Spider-Man and Baby Driver, Sony's having a little bit of a better summer this year.
Dude, Sony's doing pretty good, y'all.
Than they did last year.
Yeah,
so
it's better. Things are better.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Spider-Man Homecoming. And then this has been a really good year for superhero movies. Like we're not we talk about all the superhero movies, but we're not.
I think it's been the best for of all time, possibly. If you've got Logan, Guardians Volume 2, and now Spider-Man Homecoming, and
Wonder
then
Woman.
Thor Ragnarok, and Wonder Woman. That's like a fucking full house right there, y'all. So.
Yeah.
It's like usually every year there's but also Fantastic Four was the worst movie of all time.
Stinker.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Thor, and Marvel's just doing their thing. And then Justice League comes out this year, so there's still hope.
There's room for a stinker.
Oh, yep.
There's room yet.
So
I saw an article today that was talking about how the villain in Justice League, the actor who played the villain, never even met any of the actors who portray the Justice League, and they're like, "Oh, that really looks good on a movie."
Yeah.
Yeah, you mean he didn't sneak into their set room and leave them dead rats and old tampons? I mean, I bring up Jared Leto's fucking Joker antics, but I didn't hear that. That's fucked up.
I think you don't need chemistry between your villain and your heroes.
No.
Hey, you don't need your actors to even be in the same room to act in a scene ever.
You don't need to play off anything or visualize or have motivation or any of that kind of shit.
Usually
No.
bands' best albums are
Green
when
screen.
no one's in the studio together. They're just
Totally
recording
separate.
tracks on separate sides of the United States.
Just mail it to each other like the postal service.
So anyways.
God, I have been watching the OC.
Yes, stuck in the OC.
I don't care.
Sweet Postal Service reference.
Guys, Adam Brody, it's okay. He was like 27.
Hey, he's in Scream 4.
Oh, he's also in Yoga Hosers. So
yeah.
there you go.
So yeah, Spider-Man, awesome. We'll I'm probably gonna see it again, and just because it was fun. Like we always talk, like the point of a superhero movie for the most part is that you just want it to be fun, you want it to be entertaining, and if it's also like
It's funny.
it is
Like
funny.
when his friend's in the library and like he's like trying to do all the backup the guy in the chair stuff, and the lady comes in and interrupts him, and he's like, "I'm watching porn." That was like my favorite line in the whole movie. I died. It was so funny.
Also, those kids doing fuck, marry, kill. That's
Yes.
like our move.
Dude,
That's
they're
a yes
doing our
episode.
move. Yeah, they're stealing our style.
All right, guys, let's do it. F, marry, kill.
Okay.
Black Widow,
Whoa.
Black Sabbath,
Okay.
and Black Panther.
Okay.
There you go.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay. That's tough. I'm gonna kill Black Widow. Let's see. What were the other? I'm probably gonna fuck Black Sabbath, and I'm gonna marry Black Panther. I haven't seen it, but the movie looks good. I feel like there's like, isn't he like a prince? He's got like a good thing going.
Yeah, it's a
got a
prince.
cool
yeah,
suit.
he is for sure.
He's got a kingdom. I've seen it. It's hidden in Africa. I'm very excited.
There you go.
Hey,
And we've now devolved.
we've devolved pretty
Hey,
good.
we learned it from the children of Spider-Man.
Dude, they're just in high school.
Cool. All right, so you guys want to get stressed?
You look a little stressed.
Is this some radical new therapy?
Why don't you do something with your life?
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
I think I just stressed everyone
Yeah.
out talking about Black Sabbath. Let's get on a Crazy Train.
Hey,
Is it?
there
Is that it?
That's Ozzy.
That's Ozzy.
He was in Ghostbusters.
He was in. Whoa.
God
he did
damn.
that shit
All right,
back
cool.
in. Okay, I'm not gonna even do the quote.
There we go.
Now we're
And
stressed.
well, we can talk about Spider-Man more as we go, and all these superhero movies.
Mm-hmm.
We'll sprinkle it in. But yeah, it's time to get stressed. Our weekly stress fest.
Mm-hmm.
Who would like to start? Abigail,
I'm stressed. Am I starting?
you're starting us off.
Dude, okay, so stress level is extremely high right now. I already teased it. I said I'm in love. Last week I was in love with Glow, which, quick update on that, I loved the rest of that show. I finished it, and I was extremely satisfied. So there's that. I went and saw a movie last week called Baby Driver, and I didn't know really anything about this other than the poster looked super tight.
Roy Kurtz did the poster.
Yeah.
Hey, studios, it's good to get actual artists to do your film posters, not
Yep.
this Photoshop bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, that's my little PSA.
Dude, yeah, I mean, the poster itself, like, got me interested in the movie. I guess, like, little tiny factoid, I was aware of it because I was working at, like, a production studio while that movie was being filmed, and when I went to park on the day that they were filming, there were signs up everywhere saying that you couldn't park, and then, like, I asked around and found out the movie that was filming was called Baby Driver, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god, John Hamm is in this movie? That means he's, like, in my proximity, and I remember, like, texting Craig and freaking out, but never actually, like, crossing paths with the any of the production as it was going on that day. So I kind of knew little bits and pieces. I knew that it was filmed in Atlanta, obviously, since it was filming somewhere where I was. So I didn't know anything other than, like, the poster looks cool. I've never seen an Edgar Wright movie, which is the guy who wrote and directed this. I'd been told by many people in the past.
Whoa,
I know,
whoa.
right. Dude. Yeah,
Never?
step in, Jake. There's my stress. I'd never seen
You haven't
Hot
seen
Fuzz, never
Shaun
saw
of
Shaun
the Dead?
Dude, my brother tried to show it to me, and I feel like it was, like, at a weird time in my life. Like, I never finished it, or, like, I barely remember seeing the beginning of it. So, like, Edgar Wright didn't mean anything to me. Like, I was
Wow.
like, I don't
Okay.
know
This is
anything
some
about...
this is some stress.
This is some vulnerability and some, like, total
Yeah, it
honesty. 'Cause,
is.
yeah, he's
I
like
feel like a couple of people just crashed their cars hearing that
Dude,
confession.
I bet.
This is the stress confession.
They're all Tokyo drifting like Baby. Is that what that is when you drift like that?
only in Tokyo.
Racing. It's very cool. Yeah, so like I said, I had never seen an Edgar Wright movie, and I had not experienced, like, the fucking beauty and like majesty and vision that is like obviously the stuff that he writes and produces and puts out, because Baby Driver, like from the very beginning, like the opening scene of this movie and the soundtrack, which is 41 songs long, I was like a fucking sports fan, like jumping up and down in my theater seat, like saying yes and like screaming and like getting on the edge of my seat and like throwing Twizzlers and fucking like it was so good and like so sexual and hot and awesome, and John Hamm is amazing and fucking Kevin Spacey owns it, and like Jamie Foxx is hilarious and like menacing and scary as fuck, and like this, like I said, the soundtrack alone carries this movie and is like a fucking direct injection adrenaline pump like the whole time. Like it's a fast roller coaster movie, and I have been in an Edgar Wright hole, like reading interviews, listening to interviews, and I started watching Hot Fuzz last night. I have not finished it because someone fell asleep, so we're gonna have to get back into that movie as soon as possible. And then watch Shaun of the Dead.
I did nothing.
Yeah, you fell asleep, so we're gonna get back into it. But yeah, Baby Driver was like. Go see it, first of all. I don't want to spoil it, but it's like a car chase movie, and like it's a heist movie, so it's fast paced, and like it harkened back to watching Fury Road, like Mad Max Fury Road for the first time, which is interesting because when I was reading an interview, which I don't remember which one, Edgar Wright was talking about how Fury Road was extremely inspirational for him, and he went and saw it like 4 times before it opened, and then went and paid to see it once it came out. And like this movie, like the structure of it and how it literally like never lets off the gas, like you are just on an internal roller coaster the entire time. It was amazing and inspirational and like emotional, and I fucking cried, and I've been listening to the soundtrack nonstop, all 41 songs, and the John Spencer Blues Explosion, which is the first song, Bell Bottoms, that they play like for the first chase sequence, is like, oh my god, I've almost died like 3 times running to that song because it's like it just gets you there, and it's so good. And Jake, I feel like I'm just talking so much. Did you see this movie? I'm pretty sure you did. Like, what did you think?
Yes,
did it impact you like it impacted me?
I did see it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So you liked it?
No, yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. Most of Edgar Wright's movies are super good, and they're all, you can tell it's an Edgar Wright movie because they all have that weird, style. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot like Scott Pilgrim is a lot like this.
Yeah.
Just crazy, like off the wall shit happening.
It's like, dude, stress.
Hot Fuzz is really good. It's like, it's really funny. I know you said you started it. It is super good, but it's in the trilogy with like, that Shaun of the Dead and whatever. I can't remember the third.
World's End, yeah.
World's End. They're all like, they're kind of a trilogy, but
yeah,
I like his stuff. I like the movie a lot. And you're right. It is full of like a lot of really good actors. John Hamm is like, it's so weird. He's such a weird actor to me because he's good in everything, and he's good at being like a serious, in a serious role, and then he's really good at being funny too.
Yeah.
He's really fun to watch, and I liked him a lot.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah,
I really
it was
did.
good.
I definitely, so like I'm stressed because like stepping my toe into the Edgar Wright verse and like the cult that is like all of his films, because a lot of people are obviously dedicated to his stuff. I knew nothing about it, and now I'm like, it's like when I read Carrie for the first time, I feel like I'm kind of stepping into something that's like people are very, very well versed in this, so
it makes you watching Baby Driver makes you kind of pissed off that he didn't end up doing Ant-Man.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah,
I read that he started writing this movie in 1995.
Yeah,
and it's just been like the one project that he's always really wanted to make. So like I believe that's why it's so good, because he spent so much time like refining it. Yeah,
that's what I've read. Like his whole writing process. I guess he conceived it when he was 14. He ended up doing directing like a music video for like Mint Royale or Royal was the band. Which was like a heist that was like based on or fueled by music, like a getaway driver that was, motivated by music. And like that's the stuff that and his writing process, Edgar Wright, like when he talks about in the interviews that I've read about how he listens to music and sees a scene and like things play out to the beat, and you feel that as like gunshots happen to the music, and it's like there's so much care and like meticulous OCD order to that I like, it's so satisfying, and I think that's what really connected with me. And I know for a fact from reading like Stephen King and reading on writing, Stephen King listens to music while he writes, and I feel like it's just something that really good writers, most visionaries and directors do. It's like when you feel the music and you inject it into your creative process, like it's fucking satisfying, and I love it. And like this movie just hit me. And I'm also stressed because I'm looking for Baby's varsity jacket, and like I can't find it anywhere because I really want to dress like him for Dragon Con, because as I've already mentioned, like this film was filmed in Atlanta, so like a lot, even the fucking Marriott, like the hotel under the hotels where there's like a food court and a mall where we all like to go and hang out and get lunch, like that's where this movie was filmed. So I really want to wear my baby costume and like do a run just like he did, and like film
There's
it.
going to be like 800.
I know, it's going to be a running of the babies.
It's going to be, they're going to be the running of the babies.
Yeah, I've seen posts about that. I'm like, I think I need to do it. So it's very hard to find this jacket, though. Apparently, it was like custom made for him. So
yeah, I love the movie. I thought it was awesome. I know we talk about franchise movies a lot. Obviously, we talk about Star Wars, Ghostbusters, all the Marvel movies, and we were just raving about Spider-Man. But it's really refreshing. Affreshing? I know all the.
it's refreshing.
All the words.
I know all the words. Affreshing.
All the good ones.
It's really refreshing to sit down in a theater and watch something original. Like, and even though there's tons of original movies that come out all the time, it's just nice that this one's getting, like, it's doing really well. People,
And it's set in Atlanta, and you can fucking feel it, and it's awesome, and I
really
love that.
good. It's it's just a fun, like, it's kind of a throwback. Like, Edgar Wright loves 90s action movies, you know, and he references them a lot in his movies. He
loves Point Break.
And Bad Boys 2, and like it just has a good vibe to it, and the music is amazing, and all the choreography was incredible. John Hamm was great. Even John Bernthal, who I don't love that guy, but he was good.
Yeah.
You know, I still have that Shane hangover. I always
liked him as Shane.
I
think he's
don't
cute.
like The Walking Dead, but Kevin Spacey was great. The main kid, what's his name? The kid who played Baby?
Ansel Elgort.
Yeah,
he's like a teen heartthrob.
Oh, I'm throbbing.
He's super, a lot of throbbing, a lot of quivering, a lot of sunglass changes. He's cute. He's
cute. But, yeah, I really liked it. I thought,
James,
and
awesome.
I think it was Guillermo del Toro was kind of pointing out, it's like a modern day Fable. It's like, when the movie is getting towards the third act, they didn't do the thing where like, so when he comes into the restaurant, and he's with John Hamm and Jamie Foxx. Like, in every other dumb movie or TV show, like, the girl would get really upset at him, you know?
Yeah.
But in this, the love, like, she's looking out for him, and she knows something's wrong.
Yeah.
And she waits for him.
Yeah, because she's smart, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it was just good. It wasn't predictable.
No, not at all.
And, like I said, I really enjoyed just watching something original. And awesome soundtrack. Awesome cover art. They're already putting out a really good Blu-ray for it.
Dude, Mondo's releasing a poster tomorrow that I'm extremely stressed about. What's his name? Matt
Taylor's doing a Mondo print. Although I like it, but I think I like the regular poster art more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just good. I mean, it's like, Jake, you saw it before us, and you were just like, it's just a good movie. And Now, what's funny is Sony already wants a sequel, and Edgar Wright is actually considering it. Which is fine, but I kind of feel like it could be one of those standalone gems.
Yeah,
but
it should be. It should be. I wanna like watch it back to back with Drive. Yep. They're really different, but I just feel like that'd be a nice experience to watch those two back to back.
Yeah, I could get into
dim
that.
the lights.
I've seen it twice already, and I think I'm going to see it again next week. Yeah. I got plans.
You got some plans? I think that, like, and it is doing really well in the box office, and the reviews were there. So that's the other thing. Not just all these movies are coming out are getting really good reviews. Like the new plan.
Stephen King loved it.
The new
Anthony Bourdain didn't, but he's like an idiot.
Fuck him.
Fuck
He's
that
so
guy. Dude, I used to like him.
So yeah, it was good. It was really good. I'm glad that I saw it in theaters because that was a really cool experience. Yep. Good. That's some good stress.
Very good stress.
Good
I got to get the vinyl. It's expensive. I got to get the Mondo poster. It's going to sell out. I got to get the varsity jacket, and it's not available, so I'm stressed. And I got to watch all these Edgar Wright movies.
You got some work to do.
A lot to do. Yeah.
You better get on it.
Whew.
Cool.
Do that homework.
Very stressed. Thanks for listening.
You're
yeah.
welcome.
It's good, though.
Jake.
Yo.
What's up, man?
Yo.
2 things.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
2 movies.
Yeah?
Both sequels.
Okay.
Happening now.
Okay. Call now?
Godzilla's happening.
Godzilla's being filmed right now.
Yes.
There's a tiny bit of news for Godzilla that I just wanted to talk about. That's stressing me out.
All right.
They've been putting out they've been doing some viral marketing for Godzilla. Just like Monarch has been posting like videos, little clues and timelines is what they're doing. And their first video, I don't remember the year, but they picked a year and they were like, basically what they're doing is they're teasing the origins of the monsters that are going to be in this movie.
Okay.
And they posted this thing and they were like, in this year there was a volcanic eruption. The volcano had to be quarantined, or not really quarantined, but they had to build a thing around it to keep this creature in. And they're obviously referring to Rodan because that's where Rodan comes from. He comes from a volcano. And then they put out another one, maybe today or maybe yesterday. I don't know. But they're like, it's like super kaiju found frozen beneath some ice.
Yeah.
And they reference the fact that it had 3 heads, so it's King Ghidorah.
Did they reference the glue that was used to hold the heads together?
Oh God!
Call back.
That was a good one. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's
But
get my stress out.
it's stressing me out because it's coming out. It's coming soon. It's filming in Atlanta, and that's stressing me out super hard because I wish I was at the filming. I wish I could sneak onto set or be an extra in just like a scene where people are running around, panicking.
Yeah.
I just want to be there for
Looking
it. I
up
want
at
to
the
like
sky.
Godzilla is happening a couple hours away from me, and I'm not there.
I feel like if you encountered a bunch of people running in Atlanta, you could, and you knew that was the set, you
just
could
jump in.
It's just the Peachtree Road Race. Jake's like, no, he's looking up the sky. Dude, that's fun though.
But one thing that's I wonder is like, so Comic-Con's happening next week. I don't know, like in a week. Is it next week?
God
And I
damn it.
wonder if there's going to be anything because when the first Godzilla came out, they had a really huge like Godzilla exhibit, and they had this before like Godzilla was really like unveiled, like what he looked like. They had like a virtual reality thing where you got put into a elevator, brought up to a floor where the whole wall was like a screen, but it was made to look like you were in an office building. And Godzilla walks by, and it was like the first glimpse of Godzilla. I just wonder if there's going to be anything for the second movie, or if it's even too early still, because I know they're still they're kind of like in the middle of filming,
right?
But I don't know. I just wonder if they're gonna have anything at Comic-Con.
Yeah, I mean, there's
They always have such sweet displays and setups and stuff. Like, there's got to be something.
I think there's a strong possibility. I mean, not just with Godzilla. I don't want to steal Jake's stress. Is your next stress about another movie that just wrapped filming?
A different movie?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to steal your stress, but like, just go for it.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Yeah.
Guys, I
so
know this one.
Jurassic World just finished.
Yep.
Woo!
It just finished filming, and there's been a lot of there's like a fine line between movies that I don't care if I spoil anything to movies that like I don't want to look at anything until I see the movie. And I feel like Jurassic World Part 2, the fucking 5th Jurassic Park movie, I'm okay like seeing trailers or behind the scenes pictures, or I don't care. It's like it's going to be wacky and insane. No matter what. So like, there's been all kinds of stuff recently about this movie, and like Universal trademarked the name Indoraptor, and like, what is that? And a lot of people think that it's going to be. Do you remember at the end of Jurassic World, right before, I can't remember his name. The dude got eaten, but he's like, oh, imagine that Indominus, but a fraction of the size. They're like trying to. A lot of people think that. A lot of people are like, well, Indoraptor is obviously Velociraptor and Indominus, and there's even been like a couple photos of. The director posted a picture of like him looking through the jaws of a dinosaur. And you can't like see the rest of the dinosaur, but if you look at the mouth, like it looks like an Indominus, but it's not big. It's small. And then there was also a picture that was posted of like the actors' like chairs that they sit in. But in the glass behind that, you can see the reflection of a dinosaur. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's the Indominus. The Indominus is coming back. But if you look at it, it's not the Indominus. It's something new. So there's something happening there.
They're cooking something up.
Something's happening. One of the producers came out and revealed that there will be a volcanic threat present in this movie.
Yep.
So that's happening. A volcano eruption is going to happen. The Dilophosaurus is coming back.
Yep.
Universal
Breaking out
posted
the gate.
Dude, Universal has made a statement saying that they want this movie to have more on-screen dinosaurs than any of the other movies so far.
Whoa,
They're bringing back
boner.
animatronics. There's like pictures left and right of animatronic like stegosaurs, triceratops. There's a full-size Tyrannosaur animatronic on set, and nobody knows, like, there's just a lot of shit happening.
And they've come out multiple times saying this will be the darkest and scariest Jurassic Park movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
They filmed in Hawaii.
I want them to leave all the animatronic dinosaurs there and have like an actual like a park in Hawaii that I can visit.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
One thing I keep wondering about, and obviously Jeff Goldblum's in it, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
So they filmed in London and they filmed in Hawaii, and I just wonder, like, so all of the Jurassic Park movies previously have taken place on some version of the park, either, you know, the original park or the second site, and then the third movie was, I guess, again on the second site, and then Jurassic World was back to the original one. So, like, I kind of get the feeling that this is going to be
The Breakout.
somewhere else, and if there's a volcanic threat, that would just, like, make, like, I mean, who knows, but, like, I'm really excited. I'm really
I
excited.
want to see a volcano going off while people are getting attacked by dinosaurs.
There's all kinds of like rumors about what the plot's going to be, and I've read like multiple plot synopses that it's like there's like some things in every one that you know, there's like common threads in every one, but then there's also like, for a long time people are talking about how it's going to be military and that this movie is going to be weaponized. But then I read a thing recently that's like, nope, there's a rich person who's like who's trying to like auction off dinosaurs. It's just like all kinds of weird shit. There's like rumors that it's about them trying to save the dinosaurs on the island before the island is destroyed by this volcano or whatever. Yeah, the lava raptors. So who knows at this point? But it's done filming, and they're gonna. You know that there's gonna be something at Comic-Con. They're something's gonna happen. Whether it's, I mean, I doubt it's like a trailer, but they're gonna have some kind of promotion happening.
Yeah.
This movie's coming out in a year.
Yeah, it comes out next May. We should be getting a teaser trailer in the next, 3 or 4 months probably, and then we'll probably get the full trailer around the time Star Wars comes out. So. Man, that's really exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Dude, there's also like they found it's not even it's like publicly out there that there's going to be a scene where they're in a submarine in the like Mosasaur section.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's like pictures of there's pictures of like the submarine on set. And I'm just like, this movie is going to be insane. Like it just seems like it's just going to have everything in it.
That just reminded me of, remember on Lost?
A volcano and a submarine.
Remember on Lost, there was all the rumors, there's a submarine, there's not a submarine, and then it was like, oh my god, there's a submarine.
Dude, anytime you say submarine and Lost, I just think of Sun and Jin in their last scene and how fucking upset I was. God.
But yeah, so this movie's going to be insane, and just the level of movie, like I say this every year, but like, this fall, it's going to start with It, which is going to be huge.
Holy fuck. Yeah.
Then
Can we talk about that?
That's in like 8 weeks.
I was running today. I ran past a drain and it smelled really bad and I got really excited for It.
And it is official that there is going to be some kind of It stuff coming out at Comic-Con.
Right.
They have posted. It's official. There's some stuff happening.
Yeah. And then I think after It, we've got Last Jedi, in December. Mm-hmm. And then it's before that we've got Thor.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be Black Panther, Avengers, Jurassic Park, and And then next thing you know, Han Solo, it's
Fallen Kingdom. Get it right or pay the price.
Fucking Planet of the Apes is out right now.
Yeah.
It came out today.
Fucked up. Yeah.
I read a great article with Woody Harrelson today. That guy is awesome. I love him.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so yeah,
I'm excited for that. Yeah, we're gonna see Planet of the Apes
Yeah, we'll see it
tomorrow.
We're gonna go see it.
We're gonna see it.
Cool.
We'll see a movie.
Jake, what other stress you got, man? Besides
that
just
was-
being fucking pumped for Jurassic World.
That's it, man. That's it. It's just it's weird because Jurassic Park at this point is one of those. It's one of those franchises like Jurassic World did so well. It kind of surprised, I think, everybody.
Yep.
Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It made so much fucking money. But like, dude, it's not amazing. You know,
It gave me a fucking existential
there's
crisis.
some great stuff in it. It's really fun. There's some cool dinosaur shit. There's some really satisfying stuff, especially towards the end with the T-Rex. You know, but it's not, if you watch it back to back with Jurassic Park, it is not Jurassic Park. It's a totally different kind of thing. And it almost seems like it's like Jurassic Park dialed up, you know, and then it already seems like this movie is going to be just Jurassic World dialed up.
Right.
So on one hand, they're saying like, hey, it's going to be darker. It's going to be scarier. Fuck all that CGI shit. We're going to try to do as much, you know, animatronics as we can, which all that stuff sounds great. You know, and you're like, oh man, this could be like super amazing. But then on the other hand, they're like, you know, submarine mosasaur, Indoraptor, like
well, what if it's
all
like
kinds of weird shit.
It's gonna be like the Fast and the Furious movies where they just keep upping the ante every time.
Dinosaurs jumping out of a plane, driving cars.
I mean, why not?
Right?
They were gonna keep making
Why
money.
not, right?
Like the whole.
It's gonna be this. They're gonna do the scene from the first
all
Jurassic
about
Park,
family.
and they're like, you know, in the first Jurassic Park, she's like, oh, what if they learn how to open doors? You know, except
Right.
every movie, it's gonna be a more outrageous thing. What if they learn how to fly planes?
Yeah. What if they learn how to cook a 4-course meal?
I can't calm down. A velociraptor was just elected president of the United States, and you want me to calm
Teaching
down?
our children.
Like 3 or 4 movies from now, that happens, but it's obviously a velociraptor dressed as a human.
Yep.
And
Yes.
the only person who like knows that is Owen, and he's like,
Yes.
that's obviously a velociraptor.
That's obviously
Dressed as a human to save his family.
Yep.
To save his relationship.
Guys, we got this.
We got it.
But that's the thing. I don't
So
need
it's a
like
family story.
Jurassic Park's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's up there with Jaws. It's a classic, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It had some sequels that weren't great. Jurassic World, good movie, nostalgia. I don't need Jurassic Park movies at this point to be groundbreaking. I don't need them to like be the greatest cinematic experience, like Spielberg level. I want them to be fun and exciting with awesome dinosaurs. Right?
Yeah, like sure, it would be amazing if they made one that was like on par with the first movie, but
I want it
that's
to be funny.
not gonna happen.
Yeah. There wasn't enough humor in Jurassic World, I think, and I think Chris Pratt, as funny as he is and as well as he can deliver like a good joke, I felt like he wasn't utilized, so I'd like to see him used better in this movie.
Yeah.
Moving forward, that's what I'm looking forward to. And I think Bryce Dallas Howard, she's gonna, you know, from what she said, the character is gonna be a little bit different, and I'm excited to see it. Yeah, if it's fucking like jumping the shark, crazy submarine, volcanic activity, that all sounds crazy and good, and I like it.
I like it. I want to see that submarine go into lava.
Yes.
Yeah, hey, it might.
I'm into
Maybe
it.
it's got to outrun the
Go
lava.
into the volcano.
Oh my god.
They're gonna
What if-
airdrop a submarine into a volcano.
What
like
if
that.
the reason they're in the mosasaur pond is because that girl didn't die, and she's like living in some kind of air bubble thing
like
at
it.
the bottom, and they have to rescue her.
She's collecting T-Rex pee.
Yeah,
Got like a little setup.
she's got
She's
like
tough.
a Hershey bar.
Yes.
I want John Hammond in it. Let's just go full stupid.
Let's do it.
I mean,
Just bring him back like he's
dude,
not.
because like, so I was reading. There's this new movie coming out that Martin Scorsese's been trying to release forever, called The Irishman. It's basically the third in the like Goodfellas Casino trilogy.
Okay.
It's the true story about the people who confessed to the disappearance of Jimmy Hoffa.
Okay.
So he's been trying to make this movie forever. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and they got Joe Pesci, who's coming out of retirement. It's going to be direct to Netflix. They paid a ton of money for it.
Yeah, that sounds
Martin
like...
Scorsese has final cut on the edit, so you know it's going to be 3 hours of just craziness. But this movie takes place over like a 30 or 40 year period.
Okay.
And they're using this new technology, the advancement of everything we've seen so far. And like for half the movie, Robert De Niro is playing a 30-year-old.
Jesus.
Wow.
So all that leads to, let's bring back John Hammond.
Yeah,
Why not?
Let's bring him back if we can. We
So
have
we'll
the technology.
we'll just dig up his corpse.
Yes.
And then CGI and make him young.
Yeah.
That's it. It's how they
No,
do it now.
this
They
is what
put
I'm-
like lights on him, and kind of he moves around. They add CG later.
I want to see the prequel where he's just, we've talked about it before, where he's just, going around with his flea circus and trying to get funding for his next...
Eating ice cream.
It'll be like when they did that Wizard of Oz prequel with James Franco.
Oh, that one was so good.
Exactly.
So
It'll
they'll
just
do
be
that.
called Hammond, A Jurassic World
It'll start
Story.
in black and white. It'll be great.
It'll be great.
Can't wait.
It'll be good.
Got my money.
They'll be like, we were saving that for today. I guarantee it. All right.
Yep.
Little one.
Well, Jake, that was good stress.
That was good.
I don't know if I'm
was
going to
Classic Jake stress. I love it. Monsters, it's good. Dinosaurs, I miss it.
All right, let's review the stress. Abby,
Yes.
a sexual affinity to a movie.
Attraction.
There you go.
I love it. It's like good.
Affinity? For a movie.
Not affinity.
You have an
It's
affinity.
Amorous. Yeah.
You're polyamorous.
It's a romantic inclination.
There
I
you
am.
go.
Yeah, it's good.
So yours was...
Very open. It's good.
And then Jake was monster-centric and dinosaur-centric.
It's good. It's how it
Yeah.
should be.
And mine brings it all home.
And you're deciding yours right now.
No, I'm not. Although I've done that before. Stress
Let's
on the
hear
fly.
it, man.
Yeah.
My stress was going to be, I came up with a spin-off podcast idea called Wookies and Cookies. It's where every week we make a fresh batch of interesting cookies and talk about them, and then we talk about Star Wars,
Are
too.
they Star Wars themed cookies?
Not
or do you
always.
just dip them all in blue milk?
There you go.
Oh, Jake says it's vegan. It's silk.
vegan blue
blue
milk.
silk.
All right,
Well,
cool.
a lot of people don't
Blue
know this.
almond silk. This episode was brought
People
to you by
don't realize
Blue almond
that Avatar is connected to the Star Wars universe because blue milk comes from the
silk.
pregnant...
The Navi.
Navi.
Oh, good.
It's
Good.
breast. It's
So,
good. It's better.
Can we name this episode The Pregnant Navi?
Oh, when's the 5th coming out?
Oh, yeah. Aren't you guys ready for Avatar 10?
Oh, I can't wait for the 10th.
No. Ghostbusters. That's my
Yes.
stress.
Ghostbusters.
Whoa.
Guess what? We just talked about it. Comic-Con's next week. And this has got to be the first time ever. There's a Ghostbusters panel
Yeah.
at Dragon Con. No?
Oh,
Well, there
wait.
is.
I was like, wait, is there? Are we
No.
doing it? We
Well,
planned it?
we'll talk about that in another episode.
That's coming next week.
San Diego Comic-Con, they're having a Ghostbusters panel. Ghost Corps announced it last week. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to be IDW-centric. So it's going to be Eric Burnham and Dan Schoening. Obviously the guys who do the IDW Ghostbusters comic.
Yeah.
But the panel is called Ghostbusters 101, a Ghostbusters panel of biblical proportions. Ivan Reitman is also doing this panel.
Yeah.
Cool.
I do
Yeah.
not think Ivan Reitman has ever done a panel at Dragon Con.
No.
No.
I'm going to keep saying Dragon Con. I'm sorry.
Dude, I hope he wears a Slimer mask when he's on the floor and then he takes it off when he gets to the panel.
God, I hope he's really cranky, and I hope he's I hope he hates every question that's
dude,
asked.
I hope he wears tennis shoes with his khaki pants and his sport jacket.
Oh, that's happening.
That's gonna happen.
So, please forgive me. I'm going to keep saying Dragon Con, but I'm talking about San Diego Comic Con. Just know that that's what I'm talking about.
well, Dragon Con is our Comic Con. So
Yeah, it's like our little
Just
Comic
Louise-
Con. No, so Ivan Reitman's going to be at Comic Con with Dan Schoening and Eric Burnham. At first, we talked about they're Ghostbusters 101 is just wrapping up. Obviously, that's the miniseries where they combined the reboot universe with the original universe. It's been really well done. The writing's good. It's funny.
The Easter eggs are great.
Easter eggs, a little tongue in cheek.
We love Easter eggs.
Yeah.
We really do. But we kind of thought it ended there. But let me read the official description of this panel. So, join Ghostbusters co-creator Ivan Reitman and IDW Ghostbusters Brain Trust, Eric Burnham, Dan Schoening, Tom Waltz. I believe Tom's the higher up dude at IDW. They're going to be discussing the long-running, critically acclaimed, and fan-adored Ghostbusters franchise, including everything from the classic original movies to the long-running comic book series, as well as future plans for major events from Ghost Corps that will add to the beloved brand's canon, bringing the different Ghostbusters worlds together like never before. be there or be slimed. Here's my question. Are they announcing the animated movie at Comic-Con next week?
It's possible, man. I hope so. I hope so, and I hope the guys behind the comic are involved. You know, if they're going to announce it there and those guys are there, then it makes sense that they would be, involved in it somehow.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean,
what if it's just like a set of magnets? No, they're definitely it's something big.
They did post that they're also going to be doing some product reveals. I know that Blitzway, the company that's doing the 12-inch, really hot, like the Hot Toy style Ghostbusters figures, they're slated to reveal their 12-inch scale Ecto 1 at Comic-Con. Wow. So we'll keep our eyes out for that.
Yeah.
I'm like
ears, eyes.
I'm having a nervous breakdown.
That's good.
So the
Dragon Con's in like 6 weeks.
I know.
That's why you're stressed. I get it.
I got a lot on my mind. The Ghostbusters animated movie is something we've heard rumblings about for the last year and a half or so, but there hasn't been any official announcements. 2019 is the 35th anniversary of Ghostbusters. If they're going to announce an animated movie, Comic-Con would be a really cool place to do it. What if they release a teaser trailer?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Like, what if,
the military assembles. No, they can do better. They can do something good. I'm excited.
And listen, love the reboot or hate it or indifferent, they're combining these universes. It is important. They're establishing...
Women are funny. No, I'm not kidding.
I've gone back and forth. I feel like the number one goal should be to put out good content. I want a great Ghostbusters movie. I don't care if it's original universe, new universe. My preference would be...
High school.
Ghostbusters High. I just want a good Ghostbusters movie. And if they're like... All right, let's do best case scenario. The best case scenario is this. We're doing an animated Ghostbusters movie that will officially combine the original Ghostbusters with the new group from last year, and we're going to be using all of the original actors, obviously besides Harold Ramis, to do the voices.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's cause for celebration.
I'd be into that. Yeah.
Is that out of the realm of possibility?
No, I think that's...
I don't think so.
That's more than a fan theory. I think that's like a legitimate possibility.
Ernie Hudson would definitely do it.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd would definitely be involved.
Dude, Ernie Hudson was in fucking Twin Peaks.
Yeah, he was.
A couple eps back. That was cool.
That was good.
Very cool.
So yeah, I think that an animated movie is on the table for an announcement. Now, let's scale back. Let's say they don't do that. Let's say they just... Okay, actually, let me back up. The best case scenario is they announce a new movie. I don't think that's going to happen. Like a live action movie.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Other possibilities are animated movie, animated series, live action series, and more than likely they're going to announce what's coming next in the Ghostbusters comics. Because Ghostbusters 101 is almost done. I imagine that the girls are going to get their own series.
Yeah.
I imagine that's where that's going. My stress is this. I want to be there. I wish we could be there.
What if the girls are getting their own cartoon?
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
I know, I just felt like that could be something that, I don't know, with like that, isn't there that like a Star Wars like female geared cartoon coming out and like all the pro-femme like Wonder Woman revamp and like Batgirl revamp and all that kind of stuff? Like, what if gearing a cartoon to girls and having that merchandise? Maybe that would be something that'd be cool.
Well,
I don't know.
This conversation...
I'm doing a little fan theory here.
This conversation will be a good lead-in into what we're going to do next week, which is our Ghostbusters Answer the Call 1 year later.
Yeah, it is.
If you think about where we were a year ago, thinking about what will the Ghostbusters franchise look like a year from now...
I was looking for my luggage at the airport a year ago. Coming back from LA.
I think, I don't think any of us would have necessarily predicted where we are right now. Because in a lot of ways, it feels like we're back to square one. Right? I think we all assumed that Ghostbusters Answer the Call would maybe do better.
Yeah.
Box office-wise.
I think so, yeah.
And that would be the relaunch into whatever the new Ghostbusters universe was.
Well, there was like a weird, sad finality to like the box office numbers after the end of the summer. I remember everyone was kind of like trying to resuscitate and like urge people to go see it. And at that point, it was just, it's like, oh, well, kind of a bittersweet, mostly bitter ending to it. And
well, the fans were like, everybody was extremely vocal. Like, like, it got to a point where it didn't really matter how good the movie was. Not connecting it to the originals in any way, shape, or form was just not a good decision. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah. There was either a gunshot or fireworks outside of our house.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thought I heard gunshots.
It's good.
Usually Jake hears.
send an ambulance over.
They're on the way.
Okay.
So yeah, like they did not connect it to the original universe. We'll explore that more next week. But I think we're in the age of sequels and legacy sequels, and all these old TV shows are coming back. Will and Grace, back. The L Word, coming back.
The OC is back in my house.
It's not coming
It's
back.
on Hulu. It's not coming back, though.
And, Jurassic World, legacy sequel, all these Star Wars movies. And I feel like Ghostbusters fans who've been waiting for a third Ghostbusters movie their entire life, they just felt like they were getting ripped off. Like, it kind of felt like, well, why can't we... Ghostbusters is such a great property with these two awesome movies. We just want to see it not ignored. Like
the stuff that we crave. We don't want like a sugar or a salt substitute. You want the real thing. Like
Right.
you want the stuff that you know and recognize.
Right.
So.
And I feel like we could have gotten the same movie. Well, we'll talk about that stuff next week. But I think we're in a different place than we thought we would be a year later. So I'm kind of excited to see what possible announcements are going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm
as
really
long as
curious.
it's not like Ghostbusters Day was, and it's like nothing.
Right.
A bunch of build up, and then it's a panel of just like, yeah, we'll talk about Ghostbusters with you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's a possibility that maybe they were going to announce some stuff on Ghostbusters Day and then maybe figured out they could do this panel. And this is like a bigger platform to have.
I don't think
Potentially.
Ivan Reitman would be there if there wasn't actually something to announce.
Right.
Yeah.
And, he's not just going to talk about the Ghostbusters, VR game, which is what they've been pushing a lot.
Yeah, that's done. It's old news.
So my official prediction, and listen, let's we're going to do the answer the call 1 year later next week. But let's go ahead and say this: if there is some pretty substantial news, we'll do a special episode to cover that and cover the fallout. Or the reaction.
We'll open the hotline because I think that
we'll open the
something
hotline.
like that.
Or you'll email us, or
You guys send us your thoughts.
we'll make up fake emails.
Send us
Something will
your Ghostbusters 3 pitch.
Ron Daniels from Georgia writes in, what in the hell are they doing out there? So yeah, I think my best case scenario is they announce, or my prediction is they're going to announce the animated film. And I don't know if we're going to get like some animation stills, a teaser trailer, something. I don't know. But I think, God, if the IDW guys were involved, how cool would that be?
It would be
Very
pretty
cool.
good. I would love to see Dan's artwork be the like template for whatever they go with animation style. Yeah.
And also,
yeah.
I mentioned it earlier.
Community people popping up inside that comic book is also very cool. How cool would that be to see like people on screen that you interact
Oh,
with?
if they carried that into the movie, that would be super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we pitching ourselves right now? Is that what's happening?
I'm not going to act like
I'm not
going
to say it, but if they're going to have like a new group of Ghostbusters, there's no reason that it couldn't be like the three of us and Troy and Chris.
Yeah.
That's all
yeah.
I'm saying.
There you go.
It would be so perfect.
Dan and Eric are going to be at Dragon Con.
Yeah.
So they're doing a panel. That was announced.
That's very cool.
If they're involved in an animated movie or a TV series, that's going to make that panel, that much cooler.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get a chance to sit down and talk with them.
Dude, Dragon Con's going to be huge this year.
I'm excited about it.
Super pumped.
I'm really excited about it. My final stress was Ghostbusters related. The Stranger Things poster. So
Fucking.
I'm a big dummy.
Yeah.
So we all know Ghostbusters is going to have some involvement with this second season of Stranger Things, but they released a new teaser poster yesterday. And there's this like thing that happens in the nerd world of like finding hidden meaning and message, in
Reading into things,
reading
right.
into things.
Inferring,
So,
right.
I was having a conversation about the poster with John Yerkeba, and we were going back and forth about what do you see in the clouds. And basically, I drew a really shitty outline sketch of Stay Puft in the clouds.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And then I sent it to John, and I was like, "Hey, will you make this a little bit better?" And he just basically did like a slightly better outline,
Slightly less shitty, right?
a slightly less shitty outline in the clouds. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna post this just to stir some shit up." So I posted it on our Facebook page. I was like, "Who caught the Easter egg in the Stranger Things poster?"
It's like 2,648 people caught it.
And then I put it on Twitter, and of course, Dapper Dan Schoening himself, the artist we've been talking about in IDW Comics.
Dan the man.
He goes full on. He colored in and did a really good looking Stay Puft in the clouds.
Dude, it's good.
And he said, "Could it be strange?"
It's better than the Stay Puft and Answer the Call. Did I say that? No. Just barely.
And he tweeted out. But what was funny is people were like, I was joking. I didn't really see Stay Puft in the cloud, but now it's canon. It's real.
It's there now. You see him.
He's really there.
You see that angry, furrowed brow, those big cheeks.
So that was fun. It's really cool. What I'm saying is I love the Yes Have Some universe. So thank you for indulging me.
Yeah.
And,
thanks for crossing over.
Thank you.
Do the crossover. It's good.
The tagline on the Stranger Things poster was, what was it? Something about closing the door. Don't close the door. The door swings both ways. It was something.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
People were looking into it. Look, we'll see. I think Stranger Things Season 2 is going to be great. Hopefully it's all about Ghostbusters, but we'll see. Who knows?
I'm hoping, yes. We'll see.
But,
if it's not, then maybe there'll be something online that,
That's my stress.
That does that.
There it is. It's
That's
Ghostbusters. Good. It's my number one. It's my number one Christmas boutique gift item.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Good.
So hopefully,
I like it.
Listen, Comic-Cons, we've never gone to Comic-Con, but we
talk about it every year.
The amount of announcements that come out TV, movie, and toy-wise, it's going to be fun next week. I'm really looking forward to it.
For sure. A little envious. It always stings a little when news drops because you're like, God damn it, I want to see that.
But the Ghostbusters panel is Thursday, so it's right at the beginning of the convention. So
it's nice.
We'll know next week.
Very cool.
We'll know something, or we'll know nothing, and we'll be even more bitter.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I hope it's not that one.
I hope there's some juicy morsels being dropped. I think there will be. They wouldn't assemble that team. They wouldn't have all those people come out if there wasn't some red meat to drop.
Hey, Ivan Wright, San Diego.
No offense, Jake.
It's good.
Vegan,
it's good.
soy.
Some vegan cookies and Wookies.
Cookies and Wookies.
There we go. There you have it. That's it. We covered a lot of ground as usual.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to say before we leave?
Man, you know what? Fuck it. I'm ready for all of this stuff to be. I want to see it. I want to know what's happening. I want to see more weird made up dinosaurs. I want to see Godzilla fight King Kong in 3 years. I'm tired of waiting.
Chucky surfing.
That's all I gotta say.
I want to see him on a surfboard.
You want Chucky on a surfboard?
Yeah, wax him up.
I want Chucky on a surfboard.
I want Chucky on that surfboard.
Everybody's surfing now.
Guys, you know what?
Even Chucky's learning how.
I want to say one more thing about Chucky.
Yeah?
I skipped this earlier. It skipped right under my. We went right past it.
Yeah.
I want everybody to go to bloodydisgusting.com and along with those posters that have been unearthed, there is also a Chucky theme song that was recorded for the original film.
Okay.
But they last minute decided not to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's it's a rap. It's a rap song.
Okay.
And it was going to be at the end of the credits, and it's fucking awful.
Go Chucky.
It's
Chucky,
super silly. It's really silly. It's like somebody rapping as if they're Chucky, and I've listened to it 10 times.
Slow. That's the name. I love it. Is it speak rap? Or is it good rap?
It's kind of like
spoken word.
Rap. It's amazing, but I just can't imagine what it would have been like if they would have actually used this weird Chucky rap for this movie.
Sounds
Go
cute.
find it.
Is it like Daft Punk and Pharrell Get Chucky?
Oh God!
It's exactly like that.
I'm up all night to
Get Chucky.
kill your girlfriend. Oh God! He just doesn't. He doesn't like women. That's That's his
Chucky is.
He's
my,
evil.
My biggest problem with him is he's a
Evil little
misogynist.
Well, but he doesn't. He's got a lot of hate.
He loves calling people bitch.
Yeah, he does.
Him and Freddy.
Yeah.
They would get. What if that should be the new Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah.
Freddy gets a Chucky doll.
He's got a family. He had a kid at one point, so
Yeah,
he gets his kid
he buys
a Chucky
doll for his kid.
Oh, wait. I like that.
The Chucky doll scares the kids into having nightmares, which in turn allow Freddy to.
You talk about a partnership.
Dude, this is a win-win.
I get it. I like it. And wait, when does he surf? He's gonna surf at some point.
Well, it takes place. This one takes place in California.
Oh, California Dreamin'. Yes, Chucky, California Dreamin'. Thank you.
There you go.
That's a good name for a Nightmare on Elm Street
God
movie.
damn it. Yeah, I know.
California Dreamin'.
It actually is. Yeah.
Fuck yes. It felt good.
He'd be like, "Welcome to the beach, bitch."
Welcome to the OC, bitch. Yes! Oh, yes! I got it in. That's good.
I don't think I've ever done a Chucky voice. What does he sound like? He's got kind of raspy, kind of, I don't know. I don't want to go there right now.
It's childlike.
Yeah. Well, not when he's
but not really.
But also no, like a skeevy old man.
You'll have to, Craig. You'll have to, Craig. That's your homework. Work on a Chucky impression, and I want to hear it next week.
I could just do it on the spot. Let me look up a Chucky quote, and I'm gonna look up a Chucky quote.
There's plenty of Chucky quotes.
Right.
You're gonna find one.
How about here's one. Fuck you.
Oh God, that's
pretty
actually
good.
one. That's
Craig,
actually written.
yeah.
Craig, is one like so? You watch wrestling,
I do.
right?
Yeah.
So, do you remember? I think this was before Bride of Chucky came out. It's
Okay.
like sometime in the 90s, maybe. I don't know. Whenever that movie came out. So wrestling at the time, I remember all of a sudden watching WCW Nitro. Like all of a sudden, you start hearing a laugh.
Okay.
And I remember immediately being like, "That's Chucky's laugh." I
Yeah.
knew it.
He's
I
gotta
was
go-
like,
he's
"That's Chucky laughing."
Yeah.
And like they did it for a couple Mondays in a row.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I think it was maybe at a pay-per-view.
I remember
Yeah,
this.
tell me this. I'm
They
very
brought Chucky up on like the Jumbotron,
Yeah.
and he just basically promoted his movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then that was it.
Yep.
And then he got in a limo and it blew up.
No, that was last.
Dude, I love crossover promotion like that makes no sense.
So what's the bride's name in Bride of Chucky?
Although, what is this,
It's a-
Attitude Era? Like, yeah, I guess that you've got crossover between the people who watch wrestling that would go see Bride of Chucky, but I like it when it like doesn't play into the storyline of wrestling at all.
Yeah. It's
Just
like when RoboCop came out to save
Right.
Sting.
Dude, that's fun. Wasn't Snooki at the WrestleMania that we went to? We were all very impressed with her acrobatic skills.
wow.
Oh, she did really good.
So I forgot to tell you guys, I was pulling out of the gas station the other day. This is all ties back to what we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a pink car. It's like kind of a crappy car. And you know how like our friends will have an Ecto or a Jurassic Park car?
Yeah.
This was a Child's Play car. They had a Tiffany and a Chucky doll on, you know when people have like Falcons flags coming out of their window? They were on top of the car.
Dude, it was like Mad Max?
Yeah, I was trying to take a picture and I couldn't get it. But
Yeah. I'd be kind of frightened but excited at the same time.
yeah.
I would have gotten that
They're
picture.
probably going to the beach.
Definitely to the
right.
beach.
Well, listen, this was fun. We ended it with a little bit
Wax
of
'em up.
fan fiction like we always do.
We always do.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of Chucky and Freddy partnering up.
Like a Tina doll. Yeah, it's cute. It's
So,
good. Let's write it. Let's do it.
Do it. Let's pitch it.
Let's get some people on it.
All right, cool. Don't forget, yeshavesomecast.com is where you can go check us out. Facebook.com/yeshavesomecast.
Group therapy.
Group therapy on Facebook. Just search Yes Have Some Group Therapy. Add yourself to the group. Join the conversation. It's a lot of fun. A lot of stress in there. A lot of toy talk. A lot of horror movies. Stephen King, Ghostbusters, all that kind of stuff. And Twitter and Instagram at YHS Podcast. And don't forget to go to iTunes and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. Help us get our name out into the world. Lots of new listeners. Lots of people reaching out. I will say this: we had a guy email us from Indiana yesterday, asking us if we had any Yes Have Some merch.
I have like 3 documents in Word that I've written with ideas for merch, but we haven't actually made any of them yet.
And I emailed him back, and we've gotten emails like that before. And Jake, I don't even know if I told you that, but yeah, stay tuned. We'll be
There might be stuff coming.
sooner rather than later.
Stress Up.
You'll playing Stress Up.
Stress
I like
Up.
that.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a good one.
You'll be able to.
Thank you. Too stressed to be blessed.
Yeah,
That's another one.
that's another
that we
idea.
have.
That's
We'll,
good.
Listen,
Get a mug.
we have some ideas. Maybe you
On
have
your
some
mark,
ideas.
get stressed, go.
You like that one.
That's the one I like.
That's the one you like. Listen, like if you have ideas, if there's a patch or a Yes Have Some shirt or a pin or something that you think would be really cool, let us know. Throw us some ideas. Maybe we'll steal it.
I want to do a calendar with a photo shoot that I've been
the three of
thinking
us?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, guys.
Like us reenacting our
Like film
favorite...
locations, like all of us dress like Baby and like go in front of the bank because it's like here.
Okay.
I've had this idea.
We did talk about doing a photo shoot, Jake, where the three of us dress up like the Losers Club from the new movie.
Yeah, I already scouted
yeah.
a location in Piedmont Park where there's a bridge. Yeah, we're gonna hold balloons.
Yeah.
We're gonna spell something.
Now, that's a little dangerous, Al, because you know what happens after that photo shoot.
Oh, it's something different. It's good. Well, that's the next month in the calendar. It's good.
Last thing, is there any chance that they broach that subject in the new movie?
No chance. No chance.
You don't
I
think
don't
so?
think so.
Fuck no.
No, it's not something. I read an article about that recently, and that part in the book, it's something that people who don't know, who haven't read it, still know about. They know about the orgy, but within the contents of the book, there is an explanation for that orgy. It's weird to say it, but it makes sense within the contents of the book.
I
it's
agree.
not going to work in a movie. It's
they remade
a different thing.
Yeah.
If they remade it in the late 90s, they would have just gone to an orgy concert.
Oh man. For sure. And those ball necklaces.
Ooh, we have our ending music.
I like it. Yes.
Does
We're
it
Monday.
feel?
Yes. Beverly's got that dark eyeliner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
See, in 20 years, I'm going to remake it, and it's going to take place in the 90s. They're all going to like Limp Bizkit. Oh, last but not least, Kid Rock has officially filed papers to run for the Senate. That's not a...
Oh, that's not even
cool.
a joke.
Yeah. So, The Rock will be president, Kid Rock will be a senator.
Oh, man.
And I'm moving to Canada.
Yes. Ba with the ba. With the bang, the bang.
That's going to be his campaign slogan.
I can't even do it. Dude, it's good.
I'll also have to send you... I want to post this.
Good
This
to
is
be
the last
king.
thing. I saw a really funny video today. It was like... it was a really shitty mosh pit at like some small concert. And these kids are barely like banging into each other. And then this mom steps in and tries to like stop everyone.
No. They are here because of you doing this. You do not step in.
She's like, no, stop it.
She's gonna
It's really
stop the
funny.
fight.
So that's what I'm going to do with the orgy
You're like,
concert.
no, we like it. This is part of it.
All right. For Abigail Gardner and Jacob Walsh and the band Orgy,
Yeah.
because God knows they probably
Go make your own mosh pit.
they need something. This is Yes Have Some podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be talking next week about Ghostbusters Answer the Call, thoughts, feelings, 1 year later.
Retrospective, look back.
We had a lot of opinions right after that movie. Do you think our opinions have evolved?
Dude, that plane cast, yeah, it was a pretty rosy review, so I listened to a little bit of that. Things change.
Things change.
Are we going to get the real story of what really happened that night in LA?
Maybe.
Maybe someone will tell all.
Is that a
Maybe-
teaser?
I don't know. Am I deciding that right now? There's stories untold, so.
Untold
We'll get to
stories
'em.
of Abigail Gardner.
Taxi cab confessions. That's good.
All right.
Uber confessions.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Night, y'all.
Bye,
Be
guys.
safe out there. Is that really? Or we care. We love you.
You done?
You can call the hotline.
Why don't you come out and play?
My name Chucky, baby, here I come.
Ollie, oxen-free, triple love or take green.
Here I come now, ready or not. I'm gonna get you no matter what.
Mommy says you practice voodoo. You practice voodoo.
Green Morty, oh Doombala, give me power.
Chucky, it's the end. Gee, I thought you were my friend.
Heidi, ha, my name's Chucky and I'm a star.
Chucky, don't you lie. Cross your heart and hope to die.
I see you laughing, you think it's funny. Well, I'll show you who's the real dummy.